for a second, let him go. But he's at the fairgrounds right now, or he was last year. They're having, as you can see on the screen, they're having their motocross tonight, and then they got four-wheelers tomorrow night. And then Wednesday night's OSTPA, Ohio State Tractor Pulling Association, Truck and Tractor Pull, 7 p.m. This Wednesday. And then Thursday nights are NTPA. That'd be Region 2, right, Charles?
Yes.
Okay.
Region 2, and depending on the class, might be Region 2 Southeast, I think, where they're at.
Okay. There's Richard. He's moving. He's moving. Don't move. Move, Richard. Richard, can you hear us now? Richard?
Now I caught you.
Okay, good. We don't want to jinx you. How are you tonight, sir?
Doing well. How about you guys?
Good, good. We just been talking about your poster the best we can. So are you at the fairgrounds right now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our fair's already running, and it's been a wonderful day.
Yeah, I remember last year you took us outside and you actually showed the motocross, but I don't want you to move. We actually have you on right now. So
right. And the motocross is running again. You can probably hear them in the background.
How is the weather for you guys? Are you as dry in Ohio? Are you short of rain like we are, like in Wisconsin where I live, and Ryan's in Iowa, and Charles is in Michigan?
We were for about 6 weeks. Last week it started raining, of course, just before fair. And they're talking about 30% chance after 9 o'clock tonight again.
Okay. Yeah, you always want rain unless it's your event, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. We have in Richland Center, Wisconsin, we were known as the rain makers for a long time, Richard, so we just gave up on it. We felt that was God's way of saying we don't want you to promote events anymore in your hometown. So
right.
After 5 years in a row of getting rained out, we said enough is enough. And then COVID happened, so that was kind of the nail in the coffin for all of us. So, well, Richard, welcome to Let's Go Pulling. Charles Post is with us, Ryan Rusink. We're talking about the Harrison County Fair. Again, it started already. You have 3 nights of truck and tractor pulling. I'll rattle them off, and then you can kind of break it down a little bit for us. But if anybody has any questions, or if you're going to any one of these nights, please type it into the comments so we can let Richard know. Wednesday night, your OSTPA pull starting at 7 p.m. Thursday night, your NTPA pull starting at 7 p.m. And then Friday night, I think you have a demo derby. And then Saturday night is just says truck and tractor pull at 6 p.m. So if I remember last year, you kind of had a bunch of different trucks and tractor clubs or classes. I think you pull in one of those classes on Saturday night, if I remember.
Yeah. We also pull Thursday night NTPA, plus Saturday night of Power Pulling Productions.
Awesome.
So what class do you pull in?
We're a super stock 4-wheel drive gas truck.
Okay. So 530 and.
No, actually here, our super stocks, we're limited to 410 cubic inch, but we buzz those little critters over 10 and 4 barrels of carburation natural, and you'll make 1,100 horse out of them. They're pretty sophisticated little motors.
I like that a lot.
4 barrels of fury, and you guys can change valve springs like nobody's business. Huh?
Oh boy. Yeah, after every night you pull the top off and you better go through things.
We got a couple of guys like that out our way who run the pro stock gas class, and they turn 5-digit RPMs, and yeah, those guys, you can tie one hand behind their back. They'll figure out how to change a valve spring.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Richard, is like one night any bigger than another, like the crowd wise? I mean, it's cool that you have NTPA, you have the OSTPA, and you have all the different things like that. Kudos to you guys for having 3 nights of pulling. That's awesome.
Yeah, each night is about the same crowd wise,
okay.
But this is such a big pulling country around here. In 3 nights, I can't get every class of everybody that pulls here local.
Wow.
So yeah. Wow. I mean, there is so many classes, so many pullers within 3 county area that it is amazing. So we also do a fall show for a cancer benefit back in October. So we'll do a real long day then and try to get 7 to 9 classes of guys that we can't get in on the fair.
You know, I'm glad you touched on that local thing, Richard, because Ryan, he'll ask you this question here in a little bit, like, you know, what's the success to your event and stuff like that. But to have a class for all your local pullers, because we all like to have that hometown pull. Do you know what I mean? And for you guys to have that many pullers, the support has to be strong. Just the family and friends that want to come see them alone, that helps a lot with attendance. So. Oh
yes, yeah, and that's the goal. You want those kind of classes, especially when they're really power classes, because they bring carloads with them.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Again, if you're just joining us live on Let's Grow Pulling, Jason, Charles, and Ryan talking to Richard Eberhart, the promoter out there at the Harrison County Fair. They have 3 nights of pulling this week, you guys. Wednesday night, they got OSTPA, which is Ohio State Tractor Pullers at 7 o'clock. Do you know what class is off the top of your head? I hate to do this to you, Richard. But
yeah, that's fine. I actually prepared and wrote them down.
Yay!
So OSTPA, 2-wheel drives, full modified 2-wheel drives, pro stock semis, super stock diesel 4-wheel drives, and then we throw at the end a fair class of an unlimited farm tractor. Those guys and they're a local crowd, but there is somebody within a county of us in every one of those classes.
That is awesome. Now, are you able to stop those big tractors? I've seen some places where they're starting to disc up and actually chisel like the last 100 feet of the track to stop the big tractors, Richard.
Yeah, we got a lot of heavy clay in the track. So there's enough weight on the sled, and we use Kraus sled, and he has no trouble stopping them.
That's awesome.
But I mean, bad enough, the pro stock semis, you got to throw a few weights on the pan.
Yeah, that's good. So Thursday night, then we come back with NTPA. I'm assuming that's Region 2?
Region 2. And then that's our classic super stock tractors.
Okay.
Super stock 4-wheel drives like that we run. 3.0 diesel 4-wheel drives. And then the limited light super stock tractors.
The light limiteds?
Yes.
That should draw big numbers as well as the 3.0 trucks in Ohio, I would guess.
Yeah, and we've got a neighboring county, or they're up a little ways. A fire department is doing a fundraiser, so they're running basically the same schedule on Friday night. So pretty much all of our Thursday night will be within 50 miles on Friday night.
Wow, that is awesome.
So that should get, and that was mainly trying to work together to get enough limited lights here to do a good show.
Yep, that's important. That's important. And Friday night's the demo derby. Says old school motorsports demo derby. Kind of give us the 30-second rendition of that.
Well, many years ago when I was young, all of us ran together. Now, a couple of these guys that were back in the day decided to get out and start a new club. And so it's just old farts that put it together and watch all these young boys run.
Well said. That's our language. You speak our language here. I like that. So Bowden Detter says there should, I think I'm saying his name right, there should be quite a few 3.0 trucks. I think
yes.
Absolutely.
We usually have a really nice turnout 3.0s. In the same way, lots of guys real close to us. I mean, there's so many within a county around. Yeah, but they do a very, very nice show. And probably have 15, 18 of them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we had Denver Getchie on last weekend for Wasion, Ohio. How far are you guys from Wasion? Because it looked like they had a hell of a pull last weekend too.
Yeah, Wasion's out a little ways. Thinking about 3 hours.
Okay. Gotcha.
But not bad. And most of these guys that'll be here were at Wasion last week.
Okay, good. I know Adam Wilson was out there. I saw a bunch of his stuff. Tim Wolf was out there. I was just trying to keep up with social media a little bit with everybody, so it's fun to see that. And then let's go through the classes for Saturday night then.
Saturday, actually, we have a all day. We start Saturday morning with farm stocks.
Wow.
So we basically do 2 pulls on Saturday. Saturday morning, we'll start 4,500s, do 45s, 55s, 75s, 95s, 11.5s, 12.5, all farm stock. Now, this year, we've added a little extra. We've actually got our local vocational school, young fellow there. He's the instructor, and his thing has got to where he's got a tractor of his own. He's got boys that have been in the vocational school long enough where they have built some tractors, and they kind of put a little sanctioning thing together, and they run a 12.5, 12 mile an hour, 3,000 RPM class.
Okay.
So it's just a little kick for the, it's nice. And they've got a pretty good crowd following them. 11, 12 tractors last time I seen them.
Wow.
And then we'll move into Saturday evening, Power Pulling Productions. And that's normally who we run the most of our season with.
Okay.
And we'll run super stock trucks, pro modified trucks. It's kind of like a run what you run class. So you'll have super stock diesel, blower trucks, 2-wheel drives, 3.0s, 2.6. Anybody that wants to put a hit cheap, they'll come and play. Then run a limited pro super farm tractor. We do a combination. They do, I believe, hitch and weight change between the two classes and put them all together. And then the 7,700-pound classic super stock tractors. And then we've brought in a 466 hot farm tractor, another local thing that's got going. And we've got a local fellow that's on Fairboard, him and his boy, and they're right now tied 3 ways first place in their points. So it'll pretty good deal on Saturday night. See who makes the run.
How early into the season are you guys, Richard? How many hooks do you guys have under the belt for points?
Super stock for me, we've only got one. We were last weekend in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania, but that's our most of meat of ours is August. They try to kill us in August. We're out many days in a row in 3 states.
Nice. That's funny that you say Waynesburg, because I was up in Hutchinson, Minnesota with Colin Ross, and I posted a picture of triple bypass on the NTPA Facebook page, and he goes, "You're in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania?" And I said, "No, I'm in Hutchinson, Minnesota. No, Colin's here." I said, "No, I'm pretty familiar with triple bypass. That's kind of one of my favorite tractors." So unless they, and then right away I thought, well, maybe they did a double up for Lily finally, because Ryan's always picking on her about getting her own diesel super stock. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah, because like I said, they had some pro or modified tractors, and I didn't catch all. We were early in the hook, so it was one of them deals where you can get out of there and get to a steak supper all on the same night and be all right.
Yep. Power Pole, is that the one that Richard Love bought?
No, that's Full Pull Productions is theirs. Power Pulling is Bob Blank over in the same neck as Richard Love.
Yeah,
but
man, Poland is so strong. I mean, it's strong in the Midwest too, but man, I feel like you guys, Ryan, Charles left us. I'm not sure if you got bad internet, but we truly need to have a battle of the best pulling states and really get people going and get guys like Richard on here to talk about Ohio and, and go for it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So
yeah,
as long as nobody got too butt hurt, we could have a good time with it. So
there will be butt hurt, I'm sure of it.
Well, yeah.
In that 3 days, we'll probably go 200, 220 hooks.
Nice. That's awesome, Richard. That is awesome. And then the crowds, I saw pictures from last year. They're big. Ryan, we got about a minute left with Richard. Can you ask your promoter question? I love that one that you do.
I have 2 questions. One, how in the hell do you get 3 nights of huge crowds at a county fair? That never happens.
Around here, it's mostly, if it's not noise, smoke, they don't come. But you take and throw a pulling sled out there and you pack the place. You just try to learn what the crowd wants, ask them a lot, and, you go with your strong point.
Fair enough. Question number 2. If you could take anything, past or present, any pulling vehicle ever, and go pulling with it, steal the keys, go pulling for a weekend, and not have to pay for it if you wreck it, what are you taking and where are you pulling it and why?
I'm still, last year you asked that, and I'm still the same way. Man, them mini rods they tricked my trigger. I something that wild, and to have that sitting between your legs, that would be a thrill of a lifetime.
So where would you pull it, and which mini rod?
Oh, I'm kind of favored of the Splinter. That's a pretty nice little ride.
All right.
And then probably would be the final at the end out at the racetrack. I think would probably be the one to go.
Nice.
Fair enough.
I love it. Well, Richard, good luck this week. We know you're super busy. Thank you for coming on again. Wednesday night, OSTPA, 7 p.m. Thursday night, NTPA. Saturday, all freaking day long. They're pulling in Cadiz, Ohio at the Harrison County Fair. Have a great night, Richard.
Hey, thank you, guys.